Hello, I'm Toni Vernelli, the head of communications at VEGANUARY, and I'm going to be talking today about the Greggs vegan sausage roll, how it became an internet and PR sensation, and how our organization inspired that, but weren't actually directly involved in making it happen. And then a bit more about us and some of the other work that we've done with companies and some of the reasons why I think we have been so successful at engaging with companies and the general population of the UK. So it might come as a surprise to you, but we actually found out about the Greggs vegan sausage roll when it was launched on the day that it actually hit the shelves in the shops around the UK. Another organization actually worked with them behind the scenes to bring the sausage roll out, but they launched it during January to coincide with Veganuary, and obviously that was very deliberate, and that was because of the great marketing opportunity that they saw Veganuary as, and as so many more retailers and restaurants are now seeing Veganuary as. But in case you don't actually know much about us, we're a charity. We're founded in 2014, and the main part of our work is a 31-day vegan pledge. So people go on our website, they sign up to try vegan for 31 days, and they get 31 emails with recipes, nutritional tips, shopping advice, moral support, information on factory farming and the impacts on our planet and also on health of eating animal products. And the first year that we were operating, 2014, we had just over 3,000 signups. By 2018, this had grown to over 165,000 signups. 2019, it was 250,000. And last year, we had more than 400,000 people sign up. So it has grown really quite dramatically in a short space of time. Our signups come from all over the world. Last year, we had them from every country bar 3. And the reasons for signing up really tend to fall into 3 main categories. And we asked people this on our sign up survey. So we know 38% last year said they signed up for health reasons, 37% to help prevent animal suffering, 18% to protect the planet, and 7% said other. So usually when people say other, they will say in the text box that it's a combination of those other 3 reasons. But why do we do this? Our charity, why do we exist? We want to see a world without factory farms and slaughterhouses. You know, our ethos, our reasons for doing this are ethical. So it's both to prevent animal suffering and also to protect the planet, because we know that the single biggest step each and every one of us can take to reduce our global footprint is to eat a plant-based diet. But we do it in a different way. And I think this is why we've had such great success engaging with companies. So we are not the angry face of veganism. We really pride ourselves on being the friendly, supportive, non-judgmental face of veganism. We use bright colors, we use, positive imagery. We try not to use too many graphic images or talk too much about the doom and the gloom. We want to focus on all the great reasons to be vegan and all the great impact that people have, the positive impact they have when they choose a vegan diet. And I think one thing that Veganuary has really done, and I've heard other people say this, is we've made it okay to not be a perfect vegan. Our ethos is don't let perfection be enemy of the good. And we are always telling our participants that, if you slip up, that's okay. Chalk it up to experience and start again. And if at the end of your 31 days you find that there were some aspects of it that you really liked and you're going to carry on with those swaps in your diet, fantastic. But there were some things that just didn't work for you and, you're not quite there yet and ready to stay vegan, then, we're still your friend and we're still going to be there for you, and we'll keep supporting you and helping you with whatever changes you can make, because together it does make a huge difference for animals and the planet. So I think that approach has really made it acceptable for companies to work with us. We're not seen as an angry animal rights mob. We are seen as being very friendly and kind of cool and hip and trendy, which is not a bad thing really. So we've also managed to create, apart from these huge numbers of sign-ups, we've managed to create quite a media buzz around Veganuary. And I think this, again, is for a variety of reasons, not all of which we can take credit for. But the timing is great. You know, January, New Year's resolutions, everyone's looking for a way to improve themselves and, you know, live more lightly on the planet. The name is quite catchy. So Veganuary, you know, at first, when we first launched, it was kind of seen as a weird thing. Like, what does this word mean? How do you pronounce it? But now it's quite trendy. Like Movember, you know, or dry January, it just caught the zeitgeist at the right time and was really impressionable. It stuck with people. So last year alone, we had over 1,300 media stories about us worldwide. Every single day in January, we were in the national press in the UK, which is pretty impressive. More than 1 million people viewed the eating out section on our website in the month of January last year. At the end of the month, so we always survey our participants afterwards, and it's always really rewarding to see what they say. 98% of our participants in 2020 said they would recommend us to a friend, that they found it enjoyable, even if they didn't stay vegan. 72, so we found that not everyone completes the month, so they might not stay vegan for the entire month. But of those who did stay vegan for the whole month, 72% said that they intended to stay vegan beyond January, which is incredible. And 60% of our participants said they found it easier than expected. And this, again, is a large part down to availability. So many more options being available for people on the high street and in the supermarket. But we also know that the impact that Veganuary has goes beyond just the sign-ups on our website, you know, those 400,000 people last year. We commissioned some research from KANTAR in 2019. And what they found was that actually 10 times more people in the UK actually do Veganuary than officially sign up on our website. So they found the number of people giving up animal products in January was 10 times the number that actually registered on our website. So they found in the UK 1.3 million people said they gave up animal products in January. And on our website, we had about 100,000 people sign up from the UK in 2019. So that's quite amazing. So the Veganuary effect is much greater than just the people who actually register on our website. In fact, we've become so big now that a lot of people don't even realize it's something you can register to do. They think it's now just, you know, a challenge that you can do for a month, but not that you can actually register and get help with that challenge. The reasons that KANTAR found, again, were very similar to ours. 55% of people wanted to be healthier, 49% of people because of concern for animal welfare, 30% concern for the planet. So it follows the same pattern as our sign-ups do. And out of those 1.3 million, actually 366,000 of those people said that they had taken part specifically because of Veganuary, which is really interesting because even that is more than 3 times greater than the number of UK people who signed up on our website. So even people who say they're doing it because of us still aren't necessarily registering on our website, which is really interesting. And on the one hand, it's a shame because we do provide people with a lot of support that they're missing out on if they don't sign up, but also it's amazing to see that people just do it on their own and hopefully they're successful at it. This is just a little bit more about the media coverage we received this year, and we went about this in a variety of ways. I mean, it's kind of a seasonal thing now where media just come to us and want a story. They ask us, you know, what's your target for this year? What celebrities do you have backing you this year? But last year we put out some data specifically that we commissioned on the environmental impact we would have if we met our target of 350,000 sign-ups. And we asked a researcher at Oxford University to calculate this for us. And so he came up with figures for how much carbon would be saved, which was the equivalent of over 400,000 flights between London and Berlin, how much water would be saved, which was the equivalent of filling an Olympic-sized swimming pool. And that generated a lot of media. So, being able to balance the fun side of Veganuary with the hard-hitting side, like the actual reasons why people do this and the actual reasons why Pizza Hut wants to bring out a vegan pizza, because they are committed to more sustainable food production and offerings for their clients. We even had last year, the New Scientist did their own experiment where they went vegan for 2 weeks and then calculated how much carbon and water and so on they would have saved. And they found that it did make a huge impact even doing it for 2 weeks. We've got a huge social media following, so I think this is another reason why so many of these companies want to work with us, because they know they'll get in front of such a large audience. So we have over 300,000 followers on Facebook, 325,000 followers on Instagram, and 60,000 followers on Twitter. And the posts that get the most engagement on our channels are the ones about vegan food. So, that's a huge audience that these companies want to reach. And last year, we really surpassed 2019 when the vegan sausage roll was launched. We had some incredible launches during Veganuary last year, and we were a lot more engaged with the businesses as well last year. So we knew these were coming and we were able to capitalize on it a lot more. So we had KFC launch their first ever vegan burger. Pizza Hut launched the first ever pepperoni pizza, vegan pepperoni pizza. So not only with vegan cheese, but with vegan meats as well. Subway did the meatball marinara, vegan version of that, which was delicious. Greggs did their second most popular item, which is the steak bake in a vegan version, and that was highly anticipated. Everyone knew Greggs was going to do something because the sausage roll was so successful, and I think the steak bake really was just as nice and a little bit more filling if you're looking for a meal. And then we had loads of high street things going on. So lots of restaurants bring out special Veganuary menus or Veganuary meal deals, and supermarkets as well. So we engaged with all the major supermarkets who had things from their point of sale signage. Tesco did a big mail out. Asda had us on their actual poster and used our logo. But it's now a real concrete fixture in the retail calendar, and we're already in talks with people from supermarkets about their Veganuary campaign for 2021. So they do really see it as an opportunity to market their plant-based range. And we facilitate this as much as we possibly can. So we do not require companies pay us to use our logo or use our name. We send them a toolkit where they can directly download our logo. We have instructions for how we like them to use it, but they don't have to pay us money, and people use our name in ways that we wouldn't necessarily want them to, but we would rather that than hold back anyone from taking part in Veganuary. We want Veganuary to be as big as possible, and for people who are taking part to be able to walk in a supermarket and see signage that says, these are the products you can buy, because it makes it as easy for them as possible. And this is really successful. So even though we can't actively engage with every company because we do only have 2 staff members working in this area, we can send them all the toolkit. So we can say, I'm sorry, we can't actually promote your products on our social media channels. This is limited capacity, but here's our toolkit and you can use our logo, and here's some ideas on how you can really make the most of Veganuary for your business. And this is really a solid financial move for these companies. I mean, some of them, like Pizza Hut, are genuine, and Tesco as well, are genuinely committed to producing more sustainable food and reducing their climate impact. But this is also a really savvy business move, because the vegan market is growing by leaps and bounds every year. More products are being launched. People are spending more money on it. This January, 1 in 3 people tried a vegan product during Veganuary. So this is a trend that's not going to go down. Veganism is the trend that keeps on trending. And there's good evidence that it's not just in January. Our work does have a longer lasting impact. This is from the same KANTAR study, and they looked at household purchases of meat and dairy products from people who had taken part in January 2019. And they found that 6 months later, so that's the line on the bottom, 2019, 6 months later, their consumption of these products was still less than what they had consumed in the same period the year before, which is the top line. And this isn't self-reported data, this is actual shopping data, because these are people on their consumer panel who scan their shopping receipts every time they come home from the supermarket. So this is a real result. This is an actual quantifiable reduction in the consumption of animal products 6 months after people have done Veganuary. And really, this is what it's all about, having that lasting impact. So a whirlwind tour of what we do and how we do it and the impact that we're having. And hopefully together, we are saving animals and protecting the planet. So if you'd like to find out any more about what we do, drop me an email. Thank you so much.